Mosquitoes, the bane of everybody's life who goes camping in the summer months. Today, I'm going to do some product testing. I say today, it's going to take me a few days. I thought I'd just give you a little introduction of what I'm going to do and the thing I'm going to be testing. And then over the next few days, or nights, evenings, I will put it to use. We'll see how well it works. But this is what I got. This is the Max Repel, and this is made by Flextail Gear. And it's basically a mosquito repellent. It's battery operated and is, fully rechargeable. And it also doubles as a power bank. So, there's a tick right there. I use insect repellents. I've got insect repellent wipes in my bag. When I was traveling, I used to get these weird coils in Australia that you'd light and they would smoke and all. None of these things are that effective. They work up to a point, but yeah, this sort of boasts a bubble of protection that keeps the mosquitoes away. And it has two modes. One is camping mode, which gives you 13 hours of protection in a 10-foot bubble, essentially. So you kind of sit in the middle of this bubble and it's supposed to keep the mosquitoes out of it. And the other mode is outdoor mode, which is gives you 7 hours of battery time, and it's supposed to give you a 30-foot bubble. It sounds really good. I can't see it working, but I'm happy to be proved wrong. Flextail Gear kindly sent this out to me free of charge, but I want to do an unbiased review best I can. First things first, you can buy these on Amazon. I can't remember how much they are, but on Amazon they don't come with any, they have little pads that go in them. They don't come with any. So that seems a strange choice right off. So I found my own and bought them. There's a pack of 30 refills and they're a generic size. These fit the plug-in jobs and all sorts. They weren't that expensive. They're individually like foil wrapped. So these took a few days to arrive. So I've been sitting on this waiting. But today's the day, so I'm going out this evening on paddleboard and I'm going to have a picnic supper with my wife on the riverbank and stuff. It's an ideal time to test this. I get bitten in my garden because we've got water in the garden, and I'm hoping to go camping in the next few days, and I'll take this there and maybe I'll deliberately pick somewhere that's a bit crap for bugs. So that's 3 decent nights of testing. I'll tell you a bit about this before I get it out, but it says on here that it's ideal for camping, hunting, fishing or in your backyard. So I'm going to sit by a river simulating some fishing. I'll hopefully go camping with it, and I'll do the backyard testing at some stage one evening when we eat outside. Enough about my plans. Let's get this out and we'll have a little look at it and go through some of the stats. Right, so as I said, it's made by Flextail Gear. It's called the Max Repel. And yeah, let's have a look. Now apparently this weighs 210 grams. Oh, it's quite small actually. That's pretty cool. And yeah, I think it's a neat idea. Size-wise, it's 13 centimeters by 5 centimeters by 3 centimeters. And say 210 grams. It's not actually that heavy, and because it doubles as a power bank, that's got something going for it right there. You can hang it up, so I'll get the lanyard on because I will hang it when I'm out camping with it. Right, so yes, simple operation. It's a one-button device. The charging port is under here. That's a USB-C charging port, and if you look in there, those are the slots where you put the actual repellent stuff. And I guess the battery just heats this up and gives off the aroma that the bugs don't like. So we've got a green light. So it's a long press for green light, and that is camping mode by all accounts. Press it again, red light, and the red light is the outdoor mode. And you just switch between the two and then press and hold to turn it off. And that is really all there is to it. I say, put it next to my hand. You know, it's quite a small, neat device. And according to the instructions, you've got a power indicator. That helps if I turn it on. Yeah, you've got a power indicator there, which you probably can't see, but I can see some green lights in there. So waterproofing wise, this is IP65 waterproof, so you can drop it in a puddle, it can get a bit of rain on it, it's totally fine. It's got drop resistance of 1.5 meters, so you know, it's fairly robust. It feels, you know, it feels pretty solid in the hand, you know, none of it feels fragile, so yeah, decent. Got a 4.2 volt 9600 milliamp hour battery in there, built in, rechargeable as I've said, and there's no normal USB slot, there's only the USB-C, so if you're going to use it as an emergency power bank, you need a USB-C to whatever device you are going to charge, so that's something to be aware of. So these are the pads, they come foil wrapped. I should probably not get these out until I'm actually going to be using it, so I might just snip a couple of them off and put them with it and take them out, and I'll stick them in later when I'm out and about. How does that sound? Yes, so nothing more to say. We'll just get on with the testing, and then we'll I'll report on how many insect bites I've got after each use. In all honesty, I am a little dubious about this one. I'd love to be proved wrong, because Flextail Gear, you know, they make the tiny pump, and it's one of my favourite bits of kit because it just works, you know, everything about it works. So if this is, you know, half as good as one of them, happy days. I'm struggling to picture it in my head at the moment as being an effective thing, because as I say, you know, insect repellents, they're okay, but you still get eaten, don't you? And you have to keep reapplying it, and you know, you get sticky and horrible. Those smoke coil things I used when I was out in the bush in Australia, they're all right, but they stink, and you know, they go out and all that sort of thing. So I've never really used the plug-in repellents, so I don't have any experience. This will be an interesting test. I'm interested in the results. Right, I'm out in the forest with my wife. We are wild camping for the night, and yes, brought out the Flextail Gear jobby. I took it on the riverbank when we went out on our boards recently. We had an evening picnic and I forgot to charge it up, so it didn't turn on. But so this is its first proper test, and this will be a test because it's hot, I'm sweaty, I can hear mosquitoes already. So yeah, let's get this fired up. Hold the button on. Green light means go. I think it says give it 5 minutes to heat up, and then that's it working. So green light is the 10-foot radius. So while we're just sitting here, I'll leave it on green light, and then if we're moving around later, I'll change it to red, so it's that 30 meters. But I think we're pretty much going to be settled once we've set up, and I guess we'll figure out if we get bitten to death tonight or not. We're going to sleep in a mesh tent, but we're out and about for the evening for the next 4 or 5 hours, so yeah, we'll just leave this running, and later on, once we've got stuff set up, I'll hang this up by its lanyard, but for now I'm just going to plonk it on the floor. Okay, we'll report back later. Okay, so report on the Flextail Gear Max Repel after a evening in the woods with my wife. No bites, which yeah, it's actually pretty cool. Today I've got family over, we're having a barbecue, we're going to be sitting in the garden. It's now 5:30, and we're going to be sitting in the garden until probably 10, 11 o'clock at night. So I'm going to hang it up, and I will report on insect bites and stuff tomorrow. I think we'll go outdoor mode, 30-foot range.
And there were loads. Unfortunately, scootering.
Yeah, it heats up.
Heats up on the fragrance.
Oh,
it's got a little stuff in it, yeah. Like coils.
Morning, folks. So before I give my final verdict, a word from the boss. So during our barbecue, did you get bitten, my darling?
No, I didn't.
Really?
Yeah, and I was keeping an eye. I think we got, and I think Neil is the same, when the battery started to fade, which was quite late.
Yes.
Then we started, we noticeably felt them kind of around us.
Yeah.
Up until that point, I remember talking to Neil about it in the morning the next day, and up until that point, they hadn't been bothering us.
Cool.
So yeah, no, it was good. Thanks.
Okay. Thanks. Goodbye.
Cool. Bye.
My wife's working. I just disturbed her. So yes, that's the boss's opinion. Yeah, I forgot about that. When we had the barbecue, we were out there till gone 11 o'clock at night. So the battery promise of 7 hours was pretty much accurate. I had it on the red setting, the outdoor mode, which I think says 7 hours. And we must have gone out there about 4-ish. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so 7 hours, because the red light started flashing about 11 o'clock. And we did comment that there were then bugs flying around us, and you know, we sort of started getting a bit twitchy. But up until that moment, we hadn't noticed any mosquitoes. So it actually works. Amazingly, it does work. That's really cool. Well done, Flextail Gear. One complaint I've got about it is these slots where you put the pads in. When I was in the woods, I hung it from a tree, one of the pads fell out and I lost it. So, you know, these ones seem like they're in there, but I think when you first put them in, before they get heated up, hello, I think they have a tendency to slide out, so you've got to be a bit careful with that. But as a device, it genuinely works. I'm really, really pleased. I'll caveat what I just said with, I'm sure it's not 100% accurate, but the 3 tests I was going to do, one, paddleboarding by the river, I forgot to charge it. It didn't work because it wouldn't turn on, and we got bitten to death. I was covered in bites in the morning because I didn't take any repellent or anything. 2, the night in the woods, we didn't get bitten. I don't think I had any bites from that, and I don't think Carly did. But more importantly, the barbecue, you know, we were sat there, hang on, stupid dog. We were sat there for hours having a drink, we had food, you know. The only thing we were bothered by was wasps. Mosquitoes, no. So yes, Flextail Gear, Max Repel, I'd say it's 90% really, really good. So yeah, that's it. I'll put a link in the description. Check it out for yourself. But I've tested it as honestly as I can. I'm really, really pleased to say that it does seem to work. So fair play. Thanks for watching. See you later.